Hello, Team Bells. Happy Wednesday. I am so excited to be talking to you today. I have made some big changes, both in my business, mentally, personally, like all of the ways recently. And I'm here to talk to you about how I've locked in, that mindset and commitment and dedication and all of the above have not only affected my personal life in the best ways, but also my business life. And I am ready to make some huge changes with you and to inspire you to do the same. So you might have seen me. By the way, I'm Tamara. If you are new here, my name is Tamara Swayze. I am the Emerald Director for Team Bells. We are a team together. That title belongs to all of us. We are in this together. So if you are new here, please introduce yourself in the comments and let us know how long you've been on the team. And by the way, everybody's here for different reasons. Everybody has their own goals and dreams and visions. But I have to tell you, if you are here and you are thinking, like I used to think back when I started in this industry back in 2017, I joined for the discount. Now, that being said, I saw the possibility. I saw other people working hard, earning the trips, earning the titles, earning the income, getting the bonuses, going to convention, having fun together. I was scared. I was really scared back then. And I'm not going to lie, it took me 3 years and losing a full-time corporate job for me to actually lock in and commit. Don't be like me. Do not be like me, because back then, I didn't really have somebody telling me that I could do it, that I wasn't also ready to lock in back then, but I also didn't have somebody going after me. So if you feel like if you're listening to this and you're thinking, she's speaking to me, I'm saying I'm here for personal use, but I absolutely also know that other people are doing it. If they can do it, I can do it too, right? If you're thinking that, drop a 1 in the comments, or if you don't feel comfortable, message me, message your sponsor, whoever welcomed you to this team. But honestly, drop a 1 in the comments if you feel like you're hesitating to get started, because that's okay. It's okay. You will overcome that. Now, I'm here to talk about specifically, you guys, we have 1 week left in the month, but everything I'm about to say to you is going to be about how you can apply everything in this conversation to your business that is going to help you long term, okay? Long term. So I've always been all in. Like, since you all have known me with Farmasi and everything, I have been all in. That's never changed. But what I noticed is that I needed to make some personal changes. I needed to up my energy, up my drive, up my commitment, and honestly, up my capabilities and how I'm showing up for my own business. And because we can all get by with doing the minimums every day, but the minimums are only going to keep you where you're at. They're not going to push you forward, right? So you have to ask yourself the hard questions. Are you really pushing yourself and getting to a space where, I'm just going to be straightforward with you, growth comes from when we become uncomfortable. We have to do hard things if we want to grow. So if you aren't doing something in your business right now that you know you should be, that would propel you forward, what is that? Is it going live? Is it talking in your stories? Is it showing products over and over and over, even though you feel like a broken record? Because that was one of them for me. Recently, I realized I had stopped sharing every Farmasi product I was touching because, to be honest, I was getting a little sick of it myself. I was like, oh, how many times can you show that? Shame on me. Shame on me, Tamara. Practice what you preach. Like, I really had to have some self-talk and be like, just because you've showed your Aloe Glow drink 1,000 times, I know for a fact that the people who are watching it over and over, they're paying attention and they're watching me. They're looking at me to see, is she still using that? Does she really love that? Or is she trying to make a sale? I am building trust every single time that I post that. And most importantly, even if I feel like I've shared it 1,000 times, there are still people who have yet to see aloe. And they will say, no, what's aloe? I have no clue what aloe is. What? I've only shared it 1 million times, but that's the whole point. Listen, did you guys see, I shared in our team spaces the Mel Robbins 15-second clip. And if you don't know who Mel Robbins is, drop Mel so we can send you a link to her book and her Instagram and her audio. She's so inspiring. It was a 15-second clip that said, your social media isn't meant for your friends and family. Of course, it's meant for your friends and family too, you guys. But the whole point of this clip was your social media is meant to be there for people who are meant to find you, meant to learn. They want to learn from you. Whichever message you are sharing with the world, our vibe attracts our tribe. You heard that? Our vibe attracts our tribe. Each person that is watching you is following you not because of the products you're sharing. I hate to break it to you. I know it sounds crazy. We're selling products, Tamara. What are you talking about? No, they're following you because of your business or because of your personality. Your business is secondary. They love you. They want to support you. They love your energy. They are attracted to you and your vibe. The products are secondary. They trust you, right? So it's up to us to show up every single day and share from the heart. Forget about literally when I first started in this industry, like I referenced at the beginning of this video, I literally thought about the high school friends that were going to judge me. Well, guess what? Those high school friends now, fast forward almost a decade later, they're still not paying my bills. They still don't care what I'm doing. And they haven't affected me in any single way whatsoever. Nor do I hardly even talk to half of them. Now, some of them are paying attention. Some of them are following along. Some of them are asking questions. So again, you're speaking to the people that want to hear you, right? So we have to just get through the scaries of like, oh, this person or these people are going to judge me. Who cares? Let them judge. Like I said, they're not paying your bills and they don't have the goals and dreams. You know what you're worth. You know what you're capable of. It is up to you to show up every single day and share from the heart because these products are life-changing. This business opportunity is life-changing, right? It is up to us to share that out loud and to lock in and have the conversations. Okay, so let's talk about locking in. Let's talk about the shifts that I have made recently because for 2 months, I was at a lull. I was at a lull myself. I felt like the energy was down around me. And I felt like, looking back, I kind of felt like, okay, Tam, there's nothing you can do about it. Just keep showing up, keep doing what you're doing. But I realized I need to do more than what I was doing. So I really had some conversations with myself and I decided to make some changes. First and foremost, if you're not in our walking community yet, it's open for everybody. You can invite your friends to it. Just make sure that they comment on the post. It's pinned to the top of my page. We're creating a walking community because moving our bodies moves our minds, gives us energy, goes hand in hand with our supplements. I knew that I needed to prioritize my health more. I've always been a healthy person, but locking in and sharing out loud how I'm doing that, there's 2 things there, right? Choosing to move my body and actively sharing what I'm doing with the people around me out loud, on the internet, in person, with my parents on phone calls. When I tell my brother what I'm telling everybody how I've made changes, both showing up for myself when it comes to walking, adding strength, exercising, how I'm choosing to eat, what I'm consuming. I'm making healthy choices and I'm bringing my audience along on the journey with me. Now, is it a little extra work and time to take a picture or film a little clip and post it in my stories and then post it on my wall? Of course it is. But is it worth it? Do I feel like a little bit of a broken record talking about every single day about how I'm getting my steps in? Sure. But guess what? The messages I'm getting, the inspiration, the floods of conversation from taking the time and commitment. You can't just post something 1 or 2 or 3 times or 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 times and think that people are just going to flood to you. You need to show up and be consistent and don't ever stop. Because if you're doing it for yourself and if it's coming from a place of something that you're really loving, people are going to see that. People are going to see you sharing over and over and over, and that's where the trust is built, right? I just mentioned something that I want to touch base on. I have always pushed us, and do not stop doing this. Don't stop talking in your stories. It's so important for us to talk in our stories. However, our stories do expire after 24 hours. So I had to make a shift of recently, this is another one of my shifts, is I had to make a shift of not just sharing in my stories, because that's going to expire in 24 hours. Whatever I'm posting in my stories, if it's valuable, I'm going to take that content and I'm going to put it on my personal page, and I'm going to send it to my teammates, my personal use shopper teammates, my teammates who are working their business, everybody, and potential customers. That story that I posted, I have collectively between Facebook and Instagram, I've got 4,000 followers on Instagram, and I've got 3,500 followers on Facebook, and 3,500 on Instagram. Do you know how many people view my stories on Instagram on average? I got 3,500 people on Instagram. About 100 people tune into my story in 24 hours. 100 people. On the high end, 200. I have 3,500 people that follow me. If only 100 people, that's like not even that's not even 1%. Maybe it is 1%. I don't know, whatever it is, it's very small, right? So I was telling myself, like, Tam, you're showing up and you're sharing. And I was noticing that the same people over and over and over that I've had already conversations with were showing up in my stories, watching them. And I told myself, I need to reach more people. I need to get that content because it's very valuable. I need to share it on my main page in some way, shape, or form. And I need to deliver it to my team as well. So if you guys have seen me sharing my whey protein and how I'm using it, I've shared it on my wall. I've made story highlight bubbles so that those stories do last forever on my page. And I've made the little graphics in my stories, and I've just hit click, save to phone. And then I share it with the team, and I share it on my wall. And that has been working. I'm reaching a way bigger audience by taking that one story that I would normally do, but sharing it elsewhere. So it's work you're already doing, and you're just getting more eyes on it. Does that make sense? Who's doing that? Because maybe you're not doing that, because I wasn't doing that. I needed to coach myself. Tamara, you're missing out here. You have way more people to hit, okay? So that's another thing I've been shifting. So what have we already talked about? We've talked about moving our bodies and sharing that out loud, because what does that do? It shows your discipline. It shows your routine. It shows your commitment to your health. And what are we selling? Health and wellness products. Yes, we're still showing the makeup and the skincare. In fact, today I look like I was driving in the wind, because I was driving in the wind. Conrad and I went out and ran errands. We were in the convertible. I took a picture of myself and showed our interaction being a human. But then the very next slide, I put an overlay of the makeup products that I'm wearing, right? So don't forget that this business does speak to everybody. And that's another thing I realized I had stopped doing. I had stopped sharing every product I was touching throughout the day, right? We talked about that. But I'm going to say it again. I'll probably say it 5 times more. If you are touching a Farmasi product, you should be posting about it. I'm still bad about posting my morning skincare and night skincare. I know I need to be better at it. I'm missing out on people. But whenever I do share it, I get a new conversation opened up that I haven't even started, right? Like I didn't even think, and I was like, oh, every time that happens, I'm like, Tamara, share that more. Because the beautiful part about this business is that we share products that we love. We share why they're working so we can educate people on, they start to envision, okay, if this is helping Tamara for this reason, I could see this helping me for this reason. That's how we are sharing with our customers, right? So start every product you're using that's Farmasi, share it. Whether it's in your stories, whether you make a post on your page. And if you think that you're annoying people, I can assure you, you are not, because they're not seeing everything you're posting anyway. And think about it. If you post something, going back to posting on your personal page, like on your actual feed, if you're only posting in your stories and you catch somebody in your stories and they're like, oh, I haven't seen what Jenny's up to in a long time. Let's just say Tamara for the sake of not confusing. I haven't seen what Tamara's doing in a long time. I just saw her in my stories. I'm going to go click on her page. Your page is a journal of what you've been doing. And if you haven't been posting your daily drink in there, and if you haven't been posting about the new whey protein, and if you haven't posted about your favorite new lippy, they're not going to see that. All of that has expired in your stories, right? So do a little audit of your personal page and make sure that you're showcasing the products and you're educating, you're talking about them. And of course, you have to show your 5 pillars that we've talked about 100 times, and we'll talk about it 1,000 bazillion more times again, because our 5 pillars are what makes us human. It's what makes us who we are. It's the point, the areas in our life that we love most that make us us, that is outside of our business. For me, one of my pillars is that I'm a dog mama or I'm a plant mama, right? Like, I talk about dogs, I talk about plants, I talk about cooking. Mixing that in makes you a real human. So that way when Susie Q sees Tamara in my stories, and then she goes to my page, she's going to see what I've been up to. And I'm going to be a normal person that has normal life things, but I'm also talking about my business, right? Okay, what else have I been doing? So, sharing, let's see, sorry, I made myself a list so I don't get off topic here. Prioritizing my personal business, which was how I kicked this off. Sharing every product I touch. We just talked about that. Sharing my wellness journey. You guys, and also with like food and everything, like your commitment to your health and your wellness. Sharing that you're in our walking group, talking about that out loud. Like Carly, I just saw Carly posted that she was holding her NutriPlus shake, and she admitted out loud, she's like, I'm not a fitness girly, but I did tell myself I want to commit to walking every day, getting my 10,000 steps in, or whatever it is, and she's sharing about it. She's taking her audience on the journey. You guys, this is one thing I have to talk about too. I'm reminding myself. I'm going to switch topics right now, and I'm going to go back to what I was just talking about. The messy middle. The messy middle. Why do most people not succeed with direct sales? Why? Why do you think? It gets hard, right? Like for the 2 months where I had my own lull, where I wasn't welcoming new teammates, of course it's hard. But then you have to look at yourself and you have to think, okay, what kind of work am I putting in? Am I really posting and sharing and educating and having these conversations? Am I following up with people? You have to have those hard conversations with yourself. And you have to remember that at the beginning, there's instant gratification right at the start when you're getting started with your business. But then as it tapers off, that messy middle, that's where you really have to work hard, right? And the messy middle might not mean customer orders coming in. It might not mean new teammates coming in. But there's a lot of things you can still be thankful and grateful for, right? 1, our community. 2, the fact that you're getting the discount on all those products. 3, the fact that your health and wellness is better, that you have an accountability group. Share about all of those things, you guys. So the messy middle is the hardest for people, and that's where people typically give up in this industry. They think, oh, it's not coming in. I can't, the scaries take over, right? You have to talk through that, and you have to remember that all of the work that you're putting in today isn't going to pay off, typically doesn't pay off instantly. That work today is setting you up for the success 3 months, 6 months, 8 months, 12 months down the road, right? This instant satisfaction, that's typically it's not how it works in this business. So you do need to realize that you have to work through the messy middle, but all of the work that you're doing today is going to pay off later. Okay. And those who are really hungry and who are really focused understand that. And then when you keep showing up and you don't stop during the messy middle, when you keep going, guess what's going to happen? As you're going like this, all of the work that you did back here, as you're still moving forward, all of this work over here is going to start to snowball down the road. And then you are going to get to a point in your business where you start to see the momentum, but you have to lock in and you have to get through the messy middle. It's not going to be handed to you. This is a real business. This takes work, right? You have to remember your why. You have to remember why this is important to you, because when you are in the messy middle, of course it can be tough, right? We are everybody on this team. I love this team so much. I love every single person on this team. I know you are capable of pushing through the messy middle. You have to commit to yourself that you are willing to show up every single day. So that way, because you know what you're doing today is going to pay off later. All right, back to the wellness journey, you guys. I want to make this very clear. We are always going to be a beauty and skincare brand as well. So we never want to stop sharing that. But if you really want to lock in on your business and you really want to grow, when you think about retail, you have to think about consumable products. Why is the alcohol industry so lucrative and will never ever die since forever and ever ago? The alcohol industry, think about it. It's consumable. And people want it over and over. It's a craving, right? We have the same effect when it comes to NutriPlus, but a positive effect, right? But it's consumable. So every month, people need to replenish their Aloe Glow. Every month, if you're consistent with your protein intake, you're going to want to get a fresh bag of protein, right? So if we are showing up and sharing our routine every day, like we should be, every day showing your aloe, every day showing your supplements, every day showing your, and you might get bored of yourself, but people are watching, you guys. People want to see it. That's building trust. If you're not focusing on the NutriPlus products yet, you really need to lock in and do that, because that is where people, this for our business in general, skincare, yes, we can solve problems with everything. If you have dry skin, here's this. But don't forget, when people come to you for dry skin, or if they have bags under their eyes, or of course we can give them topical, but what have we learned here with Farmasi? I mean, I'm learning every single day. It's not just the topical, it's what you're consuming. Hydration from within, aloe from within, hyaluronic acid and collagen paired together, hydro drops plus collagen, because the hydro drops have the hyaluronic acid that allows your body to actually absorb the collagen and absorb the vitamins and minerals, right? Like, look at us. We're like becoming little scientists. And if you're new and you haven't learned all these things yet, don't worry. You are going to catch on. You're going to learn. And for now, like if you're struggling, two things. One, ask the team. Ask the team. We're here to help. We're here to help point you in the right direction. We have boards. Number two, we have team boards that answers all these questions. Number three, we have a product page with testimonials where you can search keywords. And I forget, there was another one. We have got all sorts of help around here, right? We're in this together. Oh, ChatGPT. Number 4, ChatGPT. If you haven't downloaded ChatGPT yet, it is extremely helpful when it comes to your business, okay? That's how all of us started learning at first too, like asking questions, being educated on products, but lean on each other, okay? So be honest with yourself. Are you showing up and sharing the consumable products every single day? Do you really want to make money with this business? Do you really want to grow? It's in the consumable products, you guys, okay? It really is. So, and to be honest, like for me, I'm very passionate about these products. So of course I'm going to continue to share them. But the more I show up and share them out loud, and the more I implement my routine and my exercise and my food choices, and the fact that I'm sleeping better, like it is literally a lifestyle brand. Farmasi is a lifestyle brand. And by showing our lives and letting our audience in, like Mel said, the people, we attract our vibe. You know, our vibe attracts our tribe. And she said, you're sharing to the people who want to listen. So start sharing more and start sharing more frequently, and really start sharing the nitty gritty on our page, not just our stories. You're going to see a shift, and I'm going to give you proof on the shift that I'm seeing at the end here. I'm going to tell you a system that I have implemented that I have been putting off for 9 years. I'm human too. I'm human too. I'm going to admit to you what I've done, what I haven't done, and what I've done recently to help me with my business, okay? So I had to shift my mindset. You guys, we need to remember that we have to have an abundance mindset versus scarcity mindset. Abundance mindset tells your brain to tell the world that I've got products for everybody. There's an opportunity for everybody. Instead of scarcity is like, people aren't going to like this, or they're going to act like, you know, when you start questioning yourself, where you start questioning that if you're capable, where you start questioning, you guys, abundance. I have value to give. I have value to share. I can help people. I want to help people. These products are life-changing. Everybody needs these products. That's abundance. Scarcity is, I'm not able to do that. I'm not capable. It's saturated. They can go get those products anywhere. They can go buy that at Costco. They can go get this over here. Scarcity mindset. If you are thinking that way, you're not going to grow. You have to lock in here. You have to be confident in yourself, in your business, in the company, in the products, because if you're not confident in those areas, it will show through. It's okay if you're not feeling confident, because confidence is earned by showing up. It's built through pushing through those scarcity mindset moments. So show up, keep building your confidence through action, and also talk to the person who sponsored you. Talk to your upline. Talk to me. Talk to people about where you're struggling. Because if you really want to grow, you have to talk through things. Growth doesn't happen when we stay comfortable. Growth happens when we push outside our comfort zones, right? We have to push outside. We have to get uncomfortable. We have to go the extra mile. Because what I was doing before the last 2 months, it wasn't working for me. I had to do more. I had to shift. I had to make changes. I had to implement new things. And was it worth it? Absolutely. Stay till the end, because I'm going to share with you how much has changed, okay? All right. And then finally, before I talk about what has changed, I have been really focusing on my personal business, like hardcore. I have been messaging so many people for, a long time, and it's good as leaders. Listen, everybody's at different stages in your business. I'm telling you this as Emerald Director, and we've got all sorts of directors. We've got Golden, we've got Bronze, we've got Directors, we've got all sorts of leaders on this team. I'm here. I'm Emerald. Brittany is up here. I can guarantee you that Brittany would tell you the same thing. Even up here as top leaders, we are still emphasizing and focusing almost entirely on our personal businesses. Your team is always there. Your shoppers are always there. But here's the thing. They have access to email. They have access to the app. They have access to 1,000 chats. They have access to our team pages. If you are spending a majority of your time doting on your team, to be honest, they're probably feeling smothered. This is a very self-driven business, and the best way to show up as a leader is truly by showing what's possible, by walking the walk, bringing in the new teammates, having the conversations, sharing with the team, I just got a new customer, I just had the customer order this. That's the inspiration. That's where inspiration is, just sharing out loud what you're doing. And by doing that, naturally, people are going to be like, wow, if she's doing it, I can do it. If she's doing it, what is she doing that I'm not doing, that I need to do to get to where she is, right? That's how leaders really show up. So if you feel like you're burning energy, like sharing the promotions every week, because you guys, that's never going to stop. This is a blessing for us. We have a wonderful company that always gives us a tool to work with. So if it's a random Tuesday and you're like, oh my gosh, I have no clue what promo is going on, where can you look? You can look in the apps. You can look in the chats. You can look in your email. Like, it's everywhere, right? And so I have shifted my focus because we've all had the feeling, even I do, even Brittany does. Sometimes as leaders, you feel like you're talking to a wall, right? Because people have lives. People have different schedules. That's the beautiful part about this business, is that everybody gets to do this when they want, when it fits into the cracks of their lives, right? So when I'm sharing something, I'm a night owl. I might be sharing something really late at night and people are far in bed. But doesn't mean they're not going to see it later. Doesn't mean they're not reading the message. Doesn't mean they're not listening. I'm showing up, I'm sharing what's working, and I'm focusing on my personal business. I'm also pouring into the people that are giving me the energy. So anybody on the team that's like, Tamara, help me, or I'm doing this, where can I improve? How can I lock in? Can we have a one-on-one? You know, like the people who are putting in that energy, I'm giving it right back to them because they are showing me that they want the energy. Are you doing that as a leader? Or are you seeking their energy? Because if you are seeking your teammates' energies, that's wasting your own energy, okay? So whoever's giving back, and in the meantime, when people aren't talking to me, what am I doing? I'm messaging potential teammates, I'm messaging customers, I'm messaging any conversations I've ever had. Hi, I've got my buddy here, Jedi's here. So I've made a shift in so many ways. It almost feels crazy saying out loud, but it all has tied together on how it's like the shift of like, it first started with me literally showing up for myself and walking more and getting in more steps. And then it started with like adding like one physiotherapy appointment. I'm not kidding. When I chose to start to take care of myself more, look at this ripple effect. It's like my whole business is exploding. Now to the proof in the pudding. Are you ready? So what did I do, like technically with my business that has shifted? Well, first and foremost, if you didn't know this, ChatGPT just implemented, like Claude, we've heard Brooke talk about Claude and tracking leads. Listen, you guys, multiple people have asked me how to track leads. I was the membership director at a country club for 3.5 years. That's basically sales for humans. You're trying to get people to join a country club. I realized that that's what I do now. I try to get people to, it's a lot different, obviously, because you're sharing, you get it. The point is that back then I had this tracking system. It was an Excel spreadsheet. And I had every detail, their name, their email, their contact. When I talked to them, details about their kids and their families. Why haven't I done that yet here? Why haven't I done that in my job? Because I thought, oh, you can do it. You're fine. You don't need that system. You're good at talking to people. You see their name pop up. You'll connect with them again. But guess what that's done for me? That slowed me down so much. So what did I finally do? I locked in. I worked with ChatGPT. You don't have to even work with ChatGPT. You can just go to Google Sheets or Excel and you can make yourself a spreadsheet and put in all this information. But I actually had ChatGPT link up to my Google Sheets. It's under tools, by the way. You can link it up to, you can, I'm going to have to probably do a whole training on this, but basically I asked it to help me make a tracking system. It's called the CRM system. And maybe what I'll do is I'll make a blank file and I'll duplicate it, and you guys can all duplicate it yourself, and you can download it and upload it into Sheets. And then what you have to do is set the file in your Sheets that ChatGPT made. You have to open it up in Sheets, and then you have to allow editors. So ChatGPT can essentially be an editor for that sheet. So in the last 3 days, every contact that I've come through in conversation that normally I would have stored in my brain and been like, oh, she's a lead, or she's a potential. Every contact that I've seen or I've had a conversation with in the last few days, I've talked to ChatGPT and I've said, I take a screenshot of the conversation and it adds it to my Excel sheet for me. And it is, you guys, it's been life-changing. And I'm looking at this list that's already 25 people deep, and they are high priority leads. They're not just oh, maybe in 6 months she'll join, or she's expressed a little interest. I'm talking 25 full on, Tamara, get your butt in gear, lock in and have those conversations, have a phone call with them, prioritize your time and energy, and lock in. And it has been so eye-opening for me to do that. So what kind of system do you have right now? You can put it in the comments. What kind of system do you, because it helps to talk out loud, you guys. Do you have a system? Say yes. If you do not have a system, say no. Because 5 days ago, I would have been a no. Okay? As a team, I think this is like strongly something that we really need to work on together, organization in leads. Okay? This is going to be very powerful and a good visual. So that way, if there's ever 5 minutes in your day where you're like, I don't really know what to do, or I don't know who to message, and you're panicking and you're trying to go through your virtual roll or your mental Rolodex, that's like non-existent, you guys. We're going to pull up our sheets and we're going to go through the people and we're going to go have intentional conversations. I have recruited, I think 7 people this month already. A few of them are still gray dots, but those conversations are in the works. They've signed up. I think at least 3 or 4 of them are already qualified. So the proof is in the pudding, you guys. I have like 7 people in the last 3 weeks after, of me making all these changes. And to be honest, a lot of them have been within the like last week, because I have really hunkered down. I've focused, I've locked in, I've prioritized, I've organized, and it has really significantly helped me. Okay, so start having a little conversation with ChatGPT, get it flowing, get it organized, start saying, hey, help me with leads. And then you're going to get in the habit of taking a screenshot of the customer conversation that you've had, put it into ChatGPT, and we're going to add it to the CRM system. Okay, I'm going to try to make a copy and make a blank one for the team to use as a template, and then you can just plug and play yourself and then upload it into ChatGPT. But start having that conversation so that you have like a designated category under ChatGPT that's leads, only leads. Okay. So I hope this was inspiring. I hope this was motivating. Thank you for taking time to listening and watching the replay, you guys, because if I have anything to give with you all, it is my energy and it is truly leading by example, right? Because as leaders, we can bring the horses to the water, but we can't make them drink, right? So it's up to you if you want to take it all in and then implement, right? It was up to me to make the choices, to be intentional, to slow down and to actually think, okay, if you're doing this, is this really giving back to you? What is the residual long-term effect of what you've been doing, Tam? And where can you improve? And those were the words in the conversation I had with myself. So please take some time to write this down, reflect, watch this again, get out a notepad, make some notes for yourself, lock in and lock out loud. Okay. Is that like a thing? Should we say that? Lock in and lock out loud? I don't know. Because I think really with me just sharing out loud and sharing consistently and making sure I'm sharing in more places to have more eyes on it, it's working. It's helping. And I see you guys firing up. I see your energy coming through too. We're all in this together. When I say that, when you guys feel that, we are a team, right? When we rise together, we share together, we celebrate together, you guys. This is a team win. And if you've been quiet, or if like at the beginning when I said, if you think you're here for personal use, but you've watched this whole video and you're feeling inspired, that's your sign, you guys. Lock in, commit. Nobody can change your life but you. Nobody can change your outcome but you. Nobody can get you further but you. We cannot rely on other people to do things for us. It won't happen. It's up to us to make the change and to inspire the people around us. Okay. Thank you for watching, you guys. Have a great Wednesday night. We've got a full week left in the month. Listen, we've got plenty of time. Wherever you are, if you're looking at your goals and you're thinking, I can't make it, well, guess what? You're not going to make it then. We have a whole week. Lock in, share out loud, get organized, commit to talking to your people, have the conversations, pour in, pour out loud, do all of the things, and share with our team. Energy is contagious. Okay, I'm out. Have a good night. Bye, guys.